Will the Menendez brothers be freed from prison? Lyle and Erik Menendez, brothers convicted of the brutal 1989 murders of their parents, have been resentenced. This marks a significant turn in a case that has captivated the public for decades. Originally sentenced to life in prison without parole in 1996, a new ruling has altered their fate. The new sentence is 50 years to life, making them eligible for parole. After spending over 30 years behind bars, the possibility of release is now a tangible reality. But what led to this resentencing, and what are the chances they will actually walk free? Give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. The murders occurred in the affluent community of Beverly Hills, California, in August 1989. The victims were Jose and Kitty Menendez, the brothers' parents. The crime scene was gruesome, and the initial investigation was complex. Erik's confession to his psychologist ultimately led to their arrest in 1990. The subsequent trials in 1993 were highly publicized, but ended in a deadlock. It wasn't until 1996 that they were finally convicted of first-degree murder. Despite multiple appeals over the years, their convictions remained intact. However, a petition for a writ of habeas corpus filed in May 2023 presented new arguments. This petition cited new evidence brought to light in the docuseries Menendez plus Menudo, Boys Betrayed. Central to this new evidence were allegations of abuse by Jose Menendez, made by Roy Rosselló. A letter from Erik further detailed the alleged abuse, adding weight to their claims. Former Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascon recommended resentencing, viewing them as youthful offenders. The current district attorney, Nathan Hochman, attempted to withdraw the resentencing motion. However, his attempt was ultimately denied, paving the way for the new sentence. This decision has sparked debate and controversy. On May 13th, Judge Jessic resentenced Lyle and Erik to 50 years to life. While acknowledging the absolutely horrific crime, the judge also considered other factors. These included their positive behavior and rehabilitation efforts during their time in prison. The judge expressed the belief that life without parole offers no hope or incentive for good behavior. This perspective played a significant role in the decision to resentence the brothers. The ruling has reignited public interest in the case. The Menendez brothers have been incarcerated for 35 years since their arrest in 1990. During this time, they have pursued various avenues of self-improvement and rehabilitation. Lyle obtained a bachelor's degree in sociology while in prison. He also considered pursuing a master's degree in urban planning. Erik, on the other hand, has focused on meditation and spirituality. He also helped found a hospice program for terminally ill inmates. Lyle founded a program for inmates to understand childhood trauma. These efforts highlight their attempts to make amends and contribute positively to the prison community. Their actions could influence the parole board's decision. The resentencing makes Lyle and Erik immediately eligible for parole. However, the decision to grant parole rests with the California Board of Parole Hearings. The board must determine whether they are suitable for release into society. Even if the parole board approves their release, Governor Gavin Newsom has the power to review and veto the decision. Newsom has already requested an investigation into whether they pose an unreasonable risk to public safety. A board hearing is set for June 13, 2025, for a separate clemency petition. Legal experts suggest that their release could potentially occur as early as summer or fall of 2025. The parole board must be scheduled within 180 days of the resentencing. Newsom then has 120 days to approve, modify, or deny the pardon. The timeline of the Menendez case is extensive and complex. On August 20, 1989, Jose and Kitty Menendez were murdered in their Beverly Hills home. Lyle Menendez was arrested on March 8, 1990, marking the beginning of the legal proceedings. The first trial, held in 1993 to 94, ended with a hung jury, resulting in a mistrial. It wasn't until 1996 that they were convicted and sentenced to life without parole. In 2018, the brothers were reunited in the same housing unit within the prison system. In May 2023, new allegations surfaced against Jose Menendez, adding another layer to the case. September 2024 saw the release of a Netflix dramatization and documentary, further fueling public interest. In October 2024, Gascon filed a motion for resentencing. Finally, on May 13, 2025, the Menendez brothers won their resentencing. The central argument in favor of their release revolves around claims of self-defense. The brothers allege years of sexual and physical abuse at the hands of their parents. They claim the murders were a desperate act of survival. Prosecutors initially argued that the motive was the inheritance of a $15 million fortune. This motive has been questioned in light of the abuse allegations. Family members have long advocated for their release, believing they deserve a second chance. Celebrities like Kim Kardashian have also weighed in, expressing support for the Menendez brothers. Some argue that a lack of awareness and stigma surrounding sexual abuse against boys clouded a fair trial. Hochman, however, believes they have not taken accountability and that the abuse claims are fabrications. The Menendez brothers are now one step closer to a possible release from prison. Their fate ultimately rests with the state parole board and Governor Newsom. The decision will be based on a careful evaluation of their behavior, rehabilitation efforts, and the potential risk they pose to society. For now, the brothers remain in prison, awaiting the final determination of their fate. The case continues to spark debate and raise questions about justice, abuse, and the possibility of redemption. The world watches as the next chapter unfolds in this long-running saga.